Hi all, welcome to my live. It's Thursday evening. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Mobs, and welcome everybody who is watching. We've got a couple of guests tonight, and if anybody wants to ask a question or post a comment, please do so. So let's welcome our guests for this evening. We have, when it works, we have Dave Say.
Hello.
And we have Chris Davies.
Hello.
So how are we all, people?
Oh, after live streaming for 2 or 3 nights or 4 nights, I'm absolutely shattered. So my apologies if I seem a bit tired and everything, because obviously, you know, we've got other lives as well as live streaming. So, and I have apologized to Mark earlier. I'm not going to be stopping late tonight because I've got quite a bit to do. So, and I'll be gone in about, well, I don't know, half an hour or so. I'll give you guys half an hour or so.
How are you, Chris?
Yeah, I'm good. You just a bit knackered about my.
Yeah. If nobody knows, Chris was doing his routemaster on Tuesday night, and we were at it for about 3 hours. We started at 8, we finished at 11, and we didn't complete the issue because, let's just say, defective parts. So yeah, that was a good night. So I was going to come on the routemaster build last night, but I was absolutely shattered. I couldn't. So we understand, Dave. We really do. I mean, Chris, you've been on all week, every night.
Yeah,
you were on Monday. You were on your own on Tuesday. You were on the routemaster last night. And you're here tonight.
Yeah. That's why.
You're a glutton for punishment, aren't you?
No, Mark is for the punishment because he knows what I'm like.
Yeah, we've come friends, me and Chris.
Yeah, we know that. Since I met you, yeah. Not met you since I spoke to you and all that.
Yeah. Oh, right. Let's go through some comments then. Sure. Hang on. Yeah.
Alex McDonald.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Alex.
Alex.
Oh, my youngest son. Next one. Come on, sure. That's my youngest son.
Ollie.
Hi, Ollie.
Hi, Ollie.
Let's look at the next one. Alex McDonald. Hi, Dave. Hi, Chris. Hope you are all well.
Yeah, good. Alex, farm, mate. Alex McDonald, get it? McDonald had a farm. I'm joking, Alex. Don't worry about it. I'm only teasing.
Next comment is it's my son again. How are you all?
Tired.
Yeah. It's been a long week. Let's next one. Marty McFly. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Marty.
Marty McFly.
Next one. Alex McDonald. Hi, Marty. We're nearly down through comments. This is my eldest, but his picture's not on it.
Hello.
Evening. That's about as much as you get from a 16-year-old.
We're not hip, you see, are we? Hip and trendy.
No.
Mark's the hippie.
Next one is, hi, Dave. How's the rain? Your end? Hope you're not affected.
Well, I was going to do some painting today, in between my other jobs, what I've had to do, and I've not been able to because of the rain. The rain has been horrendous, and when it comes across the fields, and it's just obliterates everything because of the rain. And you know, it's coming from a westerly direction to an easterly direction, and it is the worst I've seen rain and hail for a long time. So, and it seems to come with gusts of wind as well, and then you feel incredibly cold with it. And so obviously it's no good for painting this weather.
No.
I'll show you what I was going to do anyway, and hopefully I might get some done tomorrow.
Next comment. Oliver, what's the topic tonight? Partworks and models, Oliver, in the description.
Yeah.
What's the topic? Well, I've been saying it all day. Okay. Next one is Alex McDonald. What was the issue you had with your routemaster, Dave? It wasn't Dave, it was Chris. I'll let Chris explain. I'll put you on full screen, Chris.
Yeah, what?
The problem you had, show that Alex is asking.
Yeah, this is my old the screw broken out. Like if you can see it, I just glued it in. So what Alex done for me? Alex done me is got me a new bonnet. I'll show that in a second. I'll just do some maintenance a sec. Yeah, do you want to take the screen again, Mark, for a minute?
Yeah, I'll go back to normal.
Yeah, so I'm just sorting something out a sec.
There we go. Right, I'll go through more comments.
Yeah, I just.
And my son, thanks for that. Well, it's true. It's true. If he's not on his phone watching YouTube constantly, I mean constantly, he's on the PS4. I mean, if the police ever come to fingerprint him, they won't get fingerprints off him because he's probably worn them down by now.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah. So I think fingerprints for the next generation, they're not going to be able to use.
No.
Next comment. Oh dear.
Was?
Wad, because he put Wad.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And my Oliver says, sorry for the bad picture.
Oh, why?
Doesn't look too bad to me.
That's all right.
It doesn't look too bad to me, but you know what? There's probably more conversation we've had all day. And
it's one that is like.
No, we've been out. We've been out today. Went to go see my parents where we used to live, and went to see a friend and stuff. So we've been out since dinner time, and yeah.
Yeah.
On the pop you get now.
Yeah, well, with it being school holidays, it's getting round to see everybody. That's the problem. Yeah. And so we have to sort of choose when they're free, and yeah. So yeah, we've been out today, but weather's not been too bad here, Dave. But you're by the coast, aren't you? So
yeah, not far away from the coast. Yeah, it's the sea and the river drags it in, and it's not pleasant when it's like that at all. Living out this way, certainly isn't. So anyway, we'll get over it, and if we don't get over it, we'll get under it, won't we?
Yeah, Mark,
you ready, Chris?
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Just sorting something up, but there we are. So this is what I had
there you go.
Off Alex. So Alex told me to it.
Excellent.
This is morning today actually because it came from the post. So
such a gentleman, isn't he, Alex Demetrius?
So my bonnet now. It's set for yet.
He really is a gentleman, isn't he?
Yeah. So
again, that's a community fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah. People are here to help.
So what are you going to do with your old one then, Chris?
I'll give it to someone.
Somebody might be able to fix it.
Yeah,
maybe.
Marty might give it to Marty McFly because if he sends me his dress, I can send it off to him.
Oh, does Marty McFly want one?
No, I think he wants to sort it out for me to what was damaged.
Oh yeah.
And then I can have a spare then.
Try and sort it out for you so you can have a spare, yeah. Yeah, he might have a Dremel or something that you can drill that broken screw out with or something.
Yeah.
So, or they used to be called easy outs, I think, didn't they? Where you could get broken screw out with at one time. Easy outs.
Never heard of that.
Never heard that before.
No.
Right. Okay. Well, I think he used a drill, and you drill slightly into the broken screw, and then you screw something into that hole, and then you unscrew it, and I think they're called easy outs. I'm not sure. I have seen it done a few times. I've always done it the old method by sticking a drill in and drilling it out just short of the threads, and then picking the threads out with something nice and hard that would pick the threads out. But that's on much bigger things than obviously a tiny routemaster.
Yeah, that's true.
So
right. We'll have a look at comments.
Go on then.
Oh, hang on. Alex McDonald, I decided against building the Spitfire. Why is that, Alex?
Right. Okay. Well, the Spitfire, I actually bought issue number 1 of the Spitfire because it was $1.99.
Yeah.
And I just bought it on the off chance because I had £1.99 change in my pocket when I bought my routemaster parts. And she gave me, the shop lady gave me £1.99 change when I bought something else. And I said, "Oh, keep that." I said, I'll have the first issue of the Spitfire. And I was thinking about doing it if it came out later. And that's the problem. We've still got 25 issues of Build the Routemaster to come yet. And of course, 25 issues, and everybody knows how much they are. I cannot and I will not put myself into debt or anything. So I will not buy it. As nice as the Spitfire is, and I'll get as much pleasure out of watching everybody else build it on YouTube and such like, and on the Facebook page, which I am an admin of, one of the Facebook groups for building the Spitfire. So I'll get as much pleasure out of it watching people build it more than anything else, because as I say, I can't afford it. So but I will get as much pleasure out of watching other people build it. It is just a shame, and everybody's saying this, it's just a shame that they haven't timed it right. I mean, this Spitfire belongs to Hachette, and Hachette are knocking out this this routemaster. You know, why didn't they time it properly? Why didn't they time it, perhaps a month before the routemaster finished? That would be the ideal timing, wouldn't it? And then we'd think, well, yeah, there's only a month to go, so we'll subscribe to it, or we'll get it from the newsagents or whatever. That would have been a more sensible thing to do, wouldn't it, for the community as a whole? Not everybody's got a big stash of money to be paying out on partworks, really, and then there is another problem to this as well, and that is, where are you going to put it once it's built? You know, you're talking more than a 2-foot wingspan, but further to that, it is long that way, and then you've got the base as well, which is massive. So you've got to take all these things into consideration when you're buying them.
Yeah,
definitely. And you're building 2 buses as it is, Dave. So
yeah, I've got enough on my plate. So
you see, I'm just hoping with Hachette's move to a bigger warehouse and whatnot, I'm hoping they go down the route of being able to have enough stock in for you to subscribe up to their models anytime, really.
Yeah. I'm hoping so too.
Yeah,
which would be nice, because they're the only company at the moment that only run, you can subscribe up to a partwork for a few weeks, and then they have the shop, but it's like the free gifts, some of the things you get and whatnot, you wouldn't be able to get them if you were only ordering it from the shop. So
That's right.
I don't sort themselves out, and they are, they're allowed. Well, they're able to send. We can subscribe up to the Routemaster at any point, or the Bismarck, or whatever. Really. So let's have a look at the comments. Oliver, look at ecto one. Actually, I'm enjoying that build.
Yeah.
I was very, very cautious with it being from Eagle Moss. Very cautious. I got messed around with the DeLorean.
That's going to be a massive model. That's going to be massive, isn't it? Yeah.
The bonnet already weighs quite a lot. Weighs quite a bit and stuff. So
yeah.
So I'm enjoying that build, and it's quite well built as well, and it's quite easily to put together. So I am enjoying that one. The only one I'm having issues with is the tanks. They haven't sent me a January issue or a February issue yet.
Oh, heck.
I know. Well, I've emailed them. I've emailed D'Agostini. I've emailed Model Space, because D'Agostini own Model Space. And I always want to get proper answers, you go to D'Agostini, because they'll tell you what's going on. Yeah. So I've emailed both Model Space and D'Agostini. Model Space said they'd get back to me in 48 hours. It's been well over 48 hours. D'Agostini sent me an email saying they've received my query and will get back to me shortly.
Yeah.
So, but I've actually had to put the tank on hold for now while I continue with the ecto one and the X-wing. Yeah. But I am painting the canopy in my next video.
Wow.
Because it doesn't look proper. When you look at pictures compared to what this is, it look right. So I've got some Revel enamel paint, and I'm going to use matte 57 on it.
Yeah.
So, but I'm hoping as well by painting it might give it a bit more structure, because it's really flimsy.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to film myself doing that, because I like doing the mods.
Yeah.
Right. Next comment. My dear Dave, where did you get your cup?
Cup from this one. This one with the Routemaster on both sides. I got this cup from Amazon.
Right.
Amazon.
Oh, me a cup.
So you can get them from Amazon, or you can get them from eBay. And this is a Routemaster cup, and I wanted it both sides, and I didn't want what you call a Toy Town one. I wanted a proper Routemaster, but this isn't a picture of one. It's obviously a drawing and colouring of one, but it looks quite real, doesn't it? So I think it was about £8.50 with postage. So a little bit dear. But I wanted one that was, you can actually get one. There is one on Amazon, I think, and I think it's got a red handle, and then it's got red inside. So if you put Routemaster mug into Amazon, or Routemaster cup, or Routemaster coffee mug, or something like that, you should be able to come up with a long list of Routemaster ones, and you'll find one similar. But as I say, it'll probably have a red handle and red inside.
Right. Okay, next comment. Marty McFly, Chris, I'll send you a message on Facebook later on, and I'll send you my address, and I'll try and fix it for you.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, no worries.
That's good.
Excellent job.
Donald. I had a problem with a snap screw with the DeLorean. In the end, I super glued another screw on top and wound it out. So,
wound it out. Yeah, wound it out.
Right. That's an idea.
Just go on to Chris a minute, because he's found that mug.
Hang on, I'm going, Chris.
So I'm getting the screen. Hang on.
Right. You see the one with the red inside? Oh,
Hang on. Yeah.
The mug with the red inside, that's got exactly the same bus on it, apart from it's red inside and a red handle. That's exactly the same mug as mine.
Yeah, or you can have the one on the top.
It's gone up a bit, £9, is it?
9. Yeah, I'm on Prime, say, so it's £9.50.
All right, so it's gone up a bit.
I showed you on top with it all this white inside is £6.50. That one is.
Yeah, I was going to get that one, the one with the red handle, and decided on this one.
Yeah, that's it, guys. If anyone wants to find out.
Thanks for that, Chris.
9.650 or 9.50 is the one, the red handle.
Yeah.
Oh,
right,
6.
Alex McDonald, I think the Spitfire has just come too soon for me. There are so many partworks at the moment. I have a few on the go at the moment. I agree, there's a lot out there. But I always tend to find they release them at the beginning of a new year.
Yeah.
So January, February is when they all start coming out. Because I remember the Terminator came out this time last year.
Yeah.
And I think the Big Mark did as well.
Yeah.
So they tend to come out at the beginning of the year. On that note, let me just go for this. This came up today.
Oh, wow. You just come off Alex's comment and then that's it.
This is in France. Now, it's the attack from Star Wars, but they're calling it the TB-TT.
Yeah.
And I think it's Model Space that are doing it. Let me just get to the thing.
Yeah,
I think it's Model Space. If I scroll down, there's not much to it.
No.
To tell you the truth. There's not. Yeah, I can see some bits in it, but I don't know. And I'm a bit surprised with Model Space because normally they finish a Star Wars model and then bring another one out.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit mystified by that one. Why? But that's been released in France, and it were all over World of Wayne earlier. And I don't know. I love Star Wars, but I don't know if it's something that I'd love to build because it's a bit like the X-Wing. You're going to have 4 legs to do, so that's 4 of the same.
Yeah.
And there's a lot better models out there.
Yeah.
That models that do on Star Wars. So why that one?
And will all the instructions be in French?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to get released in this country, but France tends to. I found out that France is the place they tend to do the trial runs. A lot of them.
Yeah.
In France.
Yeah.
So it's all right if you can nip over, but you know, I don't know. I think that's quite a poor choice for a Star Wars build, personally. You know.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, the X-Wing hasn't gone as they thought it would do.
Yeah.
That's not as popular as they thought it was going to be. But the Millennium and the R2 they were fantastic builds. But I think I'm kind of on the same page as some other YouTubers. I would like to have done a snow speeder or something, you know.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, get the wing out.
Yeah.
Just go to full screen on me. Come on. That's the wing. That's one of the wings.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, what's that?
And that is quite heavy. But I found out off P40 F20, we're doing only them till up to issue 60.
Yeah.
We're not doing, all we're doing is building wings for about 60 issues.
Good God.
It's going to become a bit boring.
Am I right in thinking that is that the model that you're putting a lot of detail into that you can't ever see?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Basically, we did all this really nice pipe work, which I love doing it. I mean, I remember last week on World of Wading stream, I said, "Oh, I found the pipework easy," which I did. And he said, "I don't know how you found that." He said, "Well, you know, I did." And we did all this lovely pipe working and everything else like that. And it's all hidden. There's nothing to show of it.
Yeah.
So it looks how they are actually stretching the issues out, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, they do
so
that.
It's putting all this in just to make it last for 100 issues.
Yeah.
But it's Star Wars, so, and yeah, I love the original series. Well, original films.
Yeah.
No, man. Sorry.
Let's have a look. Next comment. The next one, come on. My wife. Cool. We'll have a look. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. They're on Amazon, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will you be glad when the kids go back to school? Of course, I'll be glad when you go back to school. You're doing my head in.
Yeah, not the only one.
Oh. Well, have you got grandchildren over there?
No. I don't have any grandkids just yet. No, it just makes everything a bit difficult when you're driving around because there's kids all over and what have you. And same in the shops. And if you go shopping at all, you know, it's not as quiet as what it is when the kids are at school.
Yeah.
You see, I do my supermarket shopping about 8 o'clock in the morning. It's
Yeah.
dead then.
Yeah.
You can get all the fresh produce have just been put out, and
Yeah.
Quickies get it done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be glad to when the kids go back to school because it's I always think to myself, if I can't handle a week, how am I going to handle the summer holidays?
Yeah. 6 weeks, or 7 weeks, whichever one. Yeah, I mean, the only people that won't be glad when kids go back to school is kids.
Yeah.
Because I don't know many kids that like school or didn't do.
Yeah.
Me as a kid, I was about 4 weeks into the summer holidays. I was ready I wanted to go back to school.
Oh yeah.
Because things were getting repetitive and stuff like that. I wanted to see my friends and stuff, but yeah. The rut as well are a nightmare when kids are off school.
And it won't be long before you're off again for Easter, will it?
No. 12th of April, Easter Sunday.
Say that again, Chris.
12th of April, Easter Sunday is.
12th of April, is it? Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
I
looked on the calendar.
Oh yeah.
No, I looked on my phone actually because it tells you it's got like events. So yeah.
Yeah.
12 days after that, then I'm 29. So that's gone quick enough.
When are you 29?
24th of April, 12 days after.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, I might have to have a look on your wish list then and see what I might be able to get you.
A spring baby.
I brought Dolby on it.
No, the ambition, my eldest has put, I want to see a pod racer model. Pod racer model. I don't know on that one.
What's a pod racer model?
Don't know.
It's in episode 1, Phantom Menace. It's these it's a bit like Formula 1, but they're like pod racers. So
oh yeah.
I don't know how to stretch that out over 100 issues.
No.
So I'd like them to see them do a model of the Only Fools and Horses car.
Yeah. Yeah, the Reliant Robin van. Yeah, the Reliant van. The 3-wheeler van. My uncle had one of them. A Reliant 3-wheeler van. And he took me for a ride in it one night because he used to race pigeons, did my uncle. So he got all these pigeons and he put them in the proper baskets and everything, and he put them in the back and he said, "Are you coming with me?" And it was like a summer's night. And he said, "I'm just trying to train these bods up," he said. And bods is he ought to head for beds, and he says, we'll go and let them off. And he says, my friend's back at the loft, and he's going to clock them in if they come in. And anyway, we went off on his 3-wheeler van, exactly like Only Fools and Horses van. Apart from my uncle's was green, it wasn't yellow.
Yeah.
And we was going down Willoughby Road in Hull, and all of a sudden it went bang, and it hit a brick in the middle of the road. And of course, the 3-wheelers, so the middle wheel hit this brick, and we went up like this and down again. I said, "Oh my God, what was that?" And he said, "It was a brick. We hit a brick." Well, I've never been so frightened in all my life. So, but yeah, he didn't see it. It was actually.
You what?
Go on, Dave.
It was actually a wagon driver during the day, and he'd been driving obviously a 4-wheeled wagon, and still thought he was in his 4-wheeled wagon, and of course he wasn't. He was in this 3-wheeler, and the middle wheel runs down the middle. So
my stepdad's like that. He drives coaches. So he goes in bus lanes, and then he gets in car, and then goes in bus lanes. It's like, why are you in the bus lane? I forgot I was driving car. So yeah. But I know the 3-wheel cars, they were popular with miners, because miners couldn't afford a full driving license, but they could afford a motorbike license, and you could drive the 3-wheeled vehicle on a motorbike license.
Yes, you could. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
In the summer, they'd ride the motorbikes to the pit and back. And then in the winter, they'd ride in the Robin Reliance to the pit and back.
That's
and
right.
there was run as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I was actually offered a Reliant Robin estate for £40 a few years back. And I've kicked myself ever since, because have you looked at Reliant Robins and how much they're going for on eBay and such like? They're going for an awful lot of money.
Absolute classic vehicles, now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could drive one. I don't know. I think I'm frightened of it tipping over.
I've driven one. I've driven one up the road here, and it's not that bad. As long as you don't go like that with it, business, because obviously you don't want to be swinging it round corners too bad. I've seen one local. Sorry.
Yeah.
What?
I think Dave said he saw one local.
I saw one local, and it was going round the village, the next village from here, and it went round a corner. And it started pouring with smoke, and within a minute flat, it was absolutely burnt out to nothing. So, and all there was left was the chassis. And by the time the fire brigade came, there was nothing for them to do because it all burnt out. So they just cooled it off with some water, and they picked it up like a wheelbarrow, what was left of it, and pushed it to the side of the road.
Okay. Yeah. You could take them quite easily. The thing is, you didn't have a passenger in the passenger seat. You put a bag of cement in the passenger seat, and that acted as a counterweight.
Yeah.
I tell you the other day, Dave, I was watching the Only Fools and Horses, and it was the Trotters Ethnic Tours on a London bus.
All right. I bet that was good. I bet that was good.
Yeah, they'll probably enjoy it, Mark.
So that were on the other day. Just thought about that now, actually.
Right. Well, I'll show you. I'll show you what I was going to do today, and I might get
full screen.
Put me on full screen for a second. Yeah. As you know, I'm doing this bus behind me, and this big one. Behind me, it's a routemaster bus, and we're painting ours in different colours. So I was going to paint the front windscreen sections today, because obviously I don't want mine red. I want it dark blue. And there's the front windscreen sections. But the weather's been so bad, we didn't get round to it. On this bus, it will be all blue, will round the windows, and then there'll be a yellow stripe just under the windows, which I'll be able to hand paint in hand painting with some nice brushes that I've actually recently got from a supporter of mine. But I'll get all the blue done first. So hopefully it'll come along quickly. For those of you that watch my stream, I'm on a bit of a challenge at the moment, and that is a challenge to catch up to my wife's bus, because my wife's building one of these buses. And the challenge is that I catch up to our bus by the 8th of March. And so I haven't got long. And anybody that knows painting, you have to paint it and then leave it to dry and set. And it's proper coach paint that I'm using. And it takes, a good 3-4 days to harden off, really. And so obviously that's my challenge. I've got on pretty well so far, because when I did show Christine's bus, this bus didn't have an upper deck on. And now, as you can see, it's got an upper deck on, the interior walls of the upper deck.
Oh, nice.
These bits that I want to paint are the exterior walls of the upper deck. So that's my challenge, and hopefully I'll get there. See if I make it. Anyway, if you want to pop along to my channel, I'm Dave Say on YouTube, and I haven't got a comment in the comments box here, but I'm sure Mark will put a link on. He'll put a link on. Pop along and see how I'm going to get on with it, and hopefully I'll raise to the challenge and I'll get something done on it, and in between helping everybody else out, that is. Also, we belong to a routemaster group on Facebook, and there's lots of us building these routemaster models. So if you're interested in routemaster models, whatever size, whether they're that size or this size, pop along and you'll be welcome on there. And that's about it from me, I think.
Yeah. That's what we're doing, we're building the bus.
Sorry, Chris?
That's what I'm doing as well, building the bus.
Are you pausing your jag then?
I'm just going to concentrate on this for a bit, because I want to get this, because this is going to be fragile. And then once I get more jag parts, I'm going to start doing the jag again. I'm going to wait till I get a few boxes first.
Right. Costing titter there.
Pardon?
So it's always down to cost.
Yeah.
I'm gutted I missed out on Routemaster now. Now I see it, I think, could have loved to have built that, but
I think they'll do it again. I think they'll do it again.
Once all the buses done, I reckon you can order the back issues then.
Maybe so, Chris. Yeah, maybe so. It might be worthwhile. Might be worthwhile asking them. Yeah.
Yeah, because you might be able to get them off the internet then once they've come to the end.
I mean, there's been quite a few bargains on eBay and such, like our Facebook Marketplace, with part-built models that people have got fed up with. And there was one I saw went in Liverpool, I think it was. No, I don't know whether it was Liverpool, Blackpool area, I think it was, and it went for £190, and it was up to issue 79, I think it was, and that was an absolute bargain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it's worthwhile keeping a lookout and seeing what's what. No doubt something may come along, and failing that, keep a lookout on Hachette's website, or ask them when it's finished. Are you doing any more? Could I subscribe? And see how you go from there. Could you order it from your news agents?
Nice if they did a full kit.
Nice if they did a full kit.
A full kit, yeah.
Yeah.
So with model space, once you finish the build and it's all over, when some promotion finish, about a month later they'll release the full kit version.
Right. Okay.
And then for people that they can either still subscribe and start from one, or they can buy the full kit.
Yeah.
And basically they'll get a massive box sent in the post, and they'll start the instructions. I think are on a CD or something, and they'll basically build it, all with the pieces there. So I don't think I've ever do something like that. I don't Eagle Moss don't do it either. I think it's only model space that do it.
Okay, it might be worth dropping. It might be worth dropping them an email and just asking and seeing what the possibilities are. And
but I mean, it would be nice if they did a full kit, because that's something I could probably save up for.
Yeah.
And then just take time doing it.
Yeah. I think the take up of it is absolutely enormous.
Yeah. So I hope they do a full kit, because that'd be quite nice to do, and then it gives anybody a chance to do it.
Yeah.
The other thing I found about the software is, once we've done all the model, we've paid all the money, they bring out a full kit, and it was cheaper than the subscription that we'd done 2 years for.
Yeah, that'd be a bit.
Well, the R2D2 was about, I think, with it being $999, just short of £1,000, and then they brought a full kit out for, I think it was at $850.
Oh, that must be.
They've got about 15 weeks free.
Yeah.
For the full kit, so.
Yeah, it's quite an awful lot, isn't it? Yeah, it's quite an awful lot to be saving like that way. Yeah.
So, Dave, any model you'd love to do, partworks, what would it be?
Yeah, I'd love to do a Bedford OB coach with a dual pull body. Do you want me to get you one to show you?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay. Just give me a second.
Mark.
Yes, Chris.
Have you seen the new yet? Because I haven't seen one at all today.
Seen what?
The new 20 notes.
No.
They're supposed to be out today, and I haven't seen one yet.
No, I haven't seen one either.
Yeah, they got
Bloody plastic money again, innit?
Monopoly, that is. Monopoly for you.
Oh, dear.
Right, so.
Let me put you full screen, Dave.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I can see that then.
Well, this is a Bedford OB coach, made in the 1940s, and this one's actually in East Yorkshire colours, and it's not a very good model to show really, because I have a bigger one, but this is 1/76 scale. This coach came out just after the war, and they really did save British coaching as we know it today, because there was the mainstay of the coaches after the war. So they call them a Bedford OB coach with a dual pull bodywork, and they had sliding roofs. The roof would slide back. All that panel on the roof there would slide back, and so obviously it would be nice and open for a summer. It's got a rather nice shape to it and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the part work I would like to see, is a Bedford OB coach.
I think I've been on one of them in Malta.
Yeah, you'll have probably been on something similar in Malta because they did send an awful lot across to Malta.
Yeah, I'm sure I've been on one of them. Malta.
But yeah, that's what we'd like to do. My dad used to own one of these, and I used to own one of these years and years ago. So I used to own one of these where all the side windows were taken out and made into like a seafront service bus.
Right.
So I've got some pictures somewhere, but quite where now I can't find them. But yeah, that's what I'd like to do. A Bedford OB coach in 1/12 scale. So it goes nicely with the Routemaster. And yeah, what an absolute British classic bus that would be.
You need to tell how yet.
Well, yeah, I don't think they'll take up on it somehow. I mean, I actually own a Facebook group for Bedford OB coaches, and it's very, very popular indeed. In fact, there's well over 1,000 people on it. So, but yeah, what a lovely coach, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Let me go back to Chris. What would your model be that you'd love to build?
A London taxi after the bus.
The London. Yeah, we had this conversation, didn't we? Yeah, black cab.
Yeah, the black cab. Yeah, I like
Would you want the modern or the old black cab?
I wouldn't mind doing both.
Ah.
Because I like the modern ones and I like
I tell you what, I did see, Dave. Somebody on the Routemaster group put a Mini next to their London Routemaster.
Yeah, that was a 1/12 scale Tamiya Mini Mini Cooper, I think, and it was a kit that Tamiya did in 1/12 scale. They're good at doing kits of Tamiya, and they do 1/12 scale or some 1/12 scale, but not very many. And it did look rather nice, didn't it?
Yeah, really, really nice.
Yeah.
If I was to do any model, my favourite, I've been debating about this for a while, and I'm just like, I would love to do a remote controlled aeroplane.
Right.
Yeah, I don't mind doing a 747 aeroplane.
Right.
I'd love to do a remote controlled aeroplane or a steam powered boat.
Yeah.
You know, learn how steam works and how it all. Yeah, I think that would be good.
Yeah.
So
I've
got a couple. Go on.
No, go on.
No, you go, Dave.
Okay, well, I actually have a remote control aeroplane in kit form, and it's in a big long box, and it's part built. It's a DC-3 or the C-47, the Dakota, and I'm debating whether I should really finish it or sell it. I don't know what to do with it yet, but I've also got the D'Agostini Spitfire, which is unbuilt, and I've got I'm also on with building it's like a freelance scratch built Lancaster, which is going to be 90-inch wingspan. So they're going to be future projects. If nothing else, part work comes along.
I'd definitely hands down do the Lancaster bomber any day.
Yeah, I'm working from plans. I've got the fuselage built, and I've got the engines for it. I don't want to fly it. I just want to have it so that the engines work, but I don't want to fly it. And it's going to be a project of a lifetime, is that one?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Lancaster, I think the Lancaster bomber gets overshadowed a lot by the Spitfire.
Yeah.
And the Lancaster bomber for me was more important in World War II than it was the Spitfire.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of things the Lancasters did was just fantastic.
Yeah.
So, but that was a fantastic build, doing a Lancaster bomber.
Was
I
it
don't
Hash?
have done a Spitfire because Model Space have done a Spitfire.
Yeah. Was it Hachette that used to do a Lancaster bomber?
I'm not too sure actually.
I think they did, yeah.
I were on a partworks model forum earlier. I know Hachette in the past did the Titanic.
Yeah.
At one point. I think that was quite a few years ago.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not too sure. I'll have to have a look into that one. Because, yeah, you can actually look up the old partworks that have been out there.
Right. You've got another question there.
Yeah. Hang on. I'll do my son's question. Right, sure. Come on. Right, Mark, why do you call our car the Flintstones car? Because it's falling apart. It's got, we don't know how it's got 12 months MOT on it. Because when you're driving it, it loses control quite easily. There's a terrible knocking sound coming from the rear wheels.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we bought it from a dodgy MOT garage. That took 12 months to sell it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why I call it the Flintstones car, because it's literally falling apart. But I tell you the truth, it's a Peugeot 106, and it's helped us move. So it's done well, but yeah, it makes noises and bangs and stuff. It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
So, we've got one from Yorkshire Crafter. Where did you get the Lancaster bomber from, Dave?
Right, okay. Well, the Lancaster bomber that I'm building it from scratch, from plans. So I bought the plans off eBay, and I've known about this model for many years. It actually came out in 1984, did this model. And it's a model you have to build from scratch, from nothing. So you obviously have to buy all the materials, you have to buy the plans, and you have to make them materials into a Lancaster bomber via the plans and the build diary. It actually came out by a guy called Chris Golds. He pioneered a method of making a remote control aeroplane with balsa wood, plywood, and blue styrofoam. And that blue styrofoam is what I showed you the other night. It's a light material that they put in freezers. And the blue styrofoam is stuck to the balsa and the plywood, and then it's shaped. You obviously sand it down, you shape it into the shape you want, and you've got plans to work to, which are real size plans. So obviously they're massive plans, and you work away at these plans, and it tells you on the plans what size you need to cut to and what shape it needs to be cut to. And so obviously you can cut out your balsa wood or your plywood or your blue foam to whatever shape is needed on the plan, and then you would just sand it to shape for final sanding, and you'd stick things together with PVA glue and things like that. It's a long-term project of mine. I started it about 4 years back now, and I've got the fuselage done, or the bulk of the fuselage done. And the fuselage stands 5 feet high. If you was to put the fuselage down, nose down to the ground, and stand it up, it would be 5 feet long with the fuselage. Because at the end of the day, from one tip wing to the other tip wing is going to be 90 inches. So obviously, if you measured that out, 90 inches, that's going to be massive. it takes 4 real engines, and obviously flying a four engined remote control plane is very, very difficult indeed, far too difficult for me. But what I want to do is anchor it to a table, like a stand, and I want to be able to fire the engines up, just to give them that sound of 4 engines running together. So as I say, it's going to be a long-term project. I'm estimating now that it's going to take me much longer than I estimated it would do, probably 8 years in total, because obviously I've been building these Routemasters in between and doing various other things. I want to get it built because I'm a Lancaholic. I love Lancasters. And each year, I think I've told you this before, each year we go to a place called East Kirkby, where they have Just Jane, which is a Lancaster, and they're trying to raise money to get Just Jane flying, because Just Jane is owned privately by farmers, and it's in a museum on an old RAF base in South Kirkby in Lincolnshire. And I say we go there every year, and we raise a little bit of money for them to just help it along its way to try and get it back up flying again. Been rather lucky in going in another Lancaster inside one, having my photograph taken and things like that, and sitting in the cockpit. In the one at East Kirkby, you can go inside it if you pay money. You can obviously go inside it. You can have a taxi run in it. So obviously you can feel the engines roar and everything. Of course, the RAF actually do own a flying Lancaster, which is England's only flying Lancaster at the moment. And so I have personal reasons and connections to Lancasters that go back many, many years. And so that's one thing I want to do at some point, is build one that I can say I've done that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, let's go back to the, because we've nearly done an hour. Gone quick again.
Yeah.
So, Yorkshire Crafters put, wow.
Yeah, well,
you're the thing, Dave.
I'll show you it one day. Day. Maybe I might show you on my stream next time I do a stream. Shall I? Yeah. Shall I go get the fuselage and show you next stream that I do, and then I might show you part of the plans and things like that. And if anybody wants to research where I got the bits and pieces from, and or even build one themselves, then it's possible. It's possible. I do know somebody that would make one for you without engines, and he's quoted me a price. And he lives fairly local, so I don't know people who would build them. But I want to do this. I want to prove that I can do it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. P40F20, good evening, guys. Good evening, P40. We're about to come off, actually. P40F20.
Good evening.
What it is guys, I put in my last video, I said I've never, in my partworks I've done and models, I've never ever lost a screw. Never broken a screw, never lost a screw. P40F20 made a comment, you've jinxed yourself now. But I'm really careful with my screw, with the screws. I've still got my screws from the Millennium Falcon, all of them. So I'm really, really careful. I've never, in my years of partworks, never lost a screw yet.
It's very lucky.
Yeah. Ollie Vlogs, what's your most like model you've ever made? Easy one is the Millennium Falcon. That was my first ever partworks I made, and I absolutely love building it, and I love that ship as a kid. So yeah. I always wanted a toy one, and I never got one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was always my that is my favourite model there, and that's why it's sitting at the front, proud as anything.
Yeah.
So right, guys, wrap this up a bit. What I didn't forgot to mention, I do have a wish list now, which I put in the description of the video. So if anybody wants to go in there, have a look, come and support my channel, please do so. Have a look. There's a few bits in there. I want to thank Dave and Chris for coming on tonight.
Yeah, no problem.
Dave,
you're welcome.
We thought.
Yeah, well, I've got loads to do, and you know, I'm a bit behind now.
Dave was our saviour on Tuesday, wasn't he, Chris?
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
You know, what goes around comes around, isn't it? So, you know, I am absolutely shattered from, you know, obviously streaming and everything. So, and you know, talking and but like I enjoy it. So, and you know, if you guys out there in internet land get something out of it, then that's fair enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, and done so, join Dave's channel, join Chris's channel. All good guys on here, aren't we?
Yeah, we all try, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
We all try.
Oh yeah, we all. I'm not live now for another 2 weeks, so because obviously it's World of Wayne next week, and then I'll be live again the week after.
Okay.
I'm going to continue my battle to find out where my issues of the T-72 tank are. I'm just hoping they're not going to send out 2 lots and cost me 60 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a habit of that. So if you guys have got anything to say before we go?
No, I don't think so. No. I'll say I can get on a bit now, and I know that sounds awful, but I've got lots to do.
Chris, you got all to say, mate?
No, nothing. I just don't know what to say. I don't.
Well, it's been a pleasure as normal. Because obviously, you know, we've gone through an awful lot tonight, haven't we? So in that hour.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I like to keep it that way because then doesn't go on too late for people, and yeah. Chris is live on Tuesday with his Routemaster.
Yeah.
And I'll be in the instructions, and we're not looking forward to Tuesday, are we, Chris? Apparently, issue 65 has a bad reputation.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Let's just go for. So right, 2 seconds. Right, so thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for your comments, your questions. Like I said, again, I'm live here in another couple of weeks. I'm still doing my videos out at the moment, but I'm having a nightmare with Power Director still because it's still not uploading to YouTube, so I'm having to do it the slow way. So yeah, but thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.